There are many reasons that you might end up with a list in the middle of your document, or have a document that's only a list. There are 3 types of lists you can create in Word 2010: bulleted lists, numbered lists, and multi-level lists. Let's look at all 3. A bulleted list is a list of items that don't need to appear in any particular order. They're peers. A great example of this is a shopping list. A numbered list is a list where there is a reason that one item might be first or second or third, for example, a list of driving directions. And a multi-level list is a list that has major points and then minor points. All 3 of these types of lists are created using the commands in the paragraph group. Let's begin with our bulleted list. I want to take these items and note them as a list, so I'm going to select the text first, and then I'm going to choose a bullet. Now I can simply click this button and choose the default bullet, which is round, or the last bullet that I chose. To remove the bullets from this list, I can click the same button again. Or I can use a different bullet for this list. For example, here's a check mark. If I don't like any of the bullets that are there, I might choose to define a new bullet. And the way to do that is to open the bullet list, choose Define New Bullet. I can choose a picture and turn it into a bullet. I can click Font and format a bullet, typically using color or bold. Or I can choose an entirely different bullet character. I use this square wingding a lot because when I do, I have the ability to have a list that I can actually check things off in the checkbox. Returning to the Define New Bullet dialog box, I'm also going to turn these red so they stand out. And now I have a custom bulleted list. To create a numbered list, I'll select the items that are in the list and then choose either the default numbering style or click the drop down and choose a specific numbering style with letters or Roman numerals, for example. To remove numbering, simply click again to turn it off. With a multi-level list, I'll need to do a little more work. I begin by choosing a multi-level list, and in this dialog box, pay close attention to the difference between lists with simply numbers and letters or symbols and those that include the word heading. These actually apply styles to your document, and we'll be discussing numbered heading styles in the next chapter. So I'm going to choose a list that has 1 and 1.1, 1.11, and so on. And initially, all of my items are simply numbered, 1 through 6. However, if I choose one of the items and tab, notice that it gets turned into a subpoint. And the same with my second subpoint and the subpoints of my second point. To remove the numbering from a multi-level list, simply click the drop-down and choose None. But the tabs that I put in place to organize this list remain. What if my list doesn't exist already, or I want to create any of these lists on the fly? Let's open a new document and let's create first a bulleted list. I'd like to create that bulleted shopping list, and I'm going to start with an asterisk at the beginning of the line and a space, and notice as soon as I space, Word says, asterisk, convert to bullet. This is part of autocorrect. I can turn this off, but I actually like this feature, the ability to quickly create a bulleted list. And there's milk and bread, and I'd like a mango. And this is the end of my list. Now at the end of my list, I can press enter again, and my list is done. With a numbered list, notice as soon as I type a number and period and press the space, or if you prefer, if I type once again, automatically a numbered list, Word has turned that feature on that says drive north, turn south. Now, if I insert another item in this list, my list is automatically renumbered. And if I delete an item, my list again is automatically renumbered by Word. Perhaps I have some other text, and then I have some other driving directions. Well, I can either begin with 4, or if I simply begin with 1 again and say drive east, stop, and I want to add this list to the prior list. Point to the number itself, not the text, the number 1. right-click and say Continue Numbering, and the numbering style will continue into this text. Word will sometimes do this when you don't want it to, so you can right-click and choose Restart at 1 to have Word stop one list and begin the next. I'm going to add a little more text, and then with a multi-level list, if I begin with 1 and say Drive North, and then I tab on the 2, I will automatically generate a multi-level list. Word takes the tab to mean that I'd like to have a lower level. I can pause, get some gas. Now I want to go back one level. I tabbed to get in a level. I hold Shift and hit Tab to move out a level. Just as I would outline in PowerPoint, I can outline here in Word with a multi-level list. So whether I'm creating a list from scratch or I'm formatting a list that already exists, I can use the commands in the paragraph group in Microsoft Word to make my lists stand out and to give a clear indication whether they're a sequential list or simply a list of items that I need to check off as I can.